welcome to my next online class using the Frosted Gingerbread suite of products. Thank you for placing your online order with me, and I really appreciate that. That's kept me going as a demonstrator whilst we've been in lockdown, so I really appreciate that. I'm going to continue to run online classes when we come out of lockdown and reduce my in-person classes. So lockdown sometimes helps you work out what's best for you and how to run your business. So thank you for your orders. I really appreciate them. So I will put my phone up into the holder and we'll get started making card number 1. Okay, so this is the Frosted Gingerbread suite. That's the stamp set. And of course I'm going to get a frog in my throat. These are the dies, the matching dies, the intricate dies. Let me grab my catalogue, that might be good. It wasn't a suite I was going to get, but then I decided I really liked it and got it anyway. So this is the whole gingerbread and peppermint suite. So you've got your stamp set and dies. There's also these pillow box dies. I don't have those. The Memories and More card pack and cards, I've got them coming. They should be delivered tomorrow probably. They're really good for beginner stampers because they just go perfectly onto these, what are they called? Number 4. The card kits, Memory and More cards and envelopes. So once I get those, I will do a little video showing you them. This is some real red ribbon that's ruffled. I don't have that because I've got other real red ribbon which I've used in this class. These are the acrylic shapes. This is some craft paper pack. These are masks that you can blend over with your blending brushes. I don't have those masks. And this is the gorgeous 6x6 paper. So I've used quite a bit of the paper to work in with this class. So that's the whole suite on page 8 and 9 in the mini catalogue. So we shall get started. And these are the cards. Sorry, these are the cards. So that's card number 1. Very, very simple. And we've decorated the inside with just a piece of the DSP, Designer Series paper. Card number 2, another simple card. I'll put my instructions on the back. Once again, I've decorated the inside. Now card number 3 is a fancy fold, so it's a little bit more detailed. So it's a pop-up card. But I will explain all about that card when we get to it. So don't go ahead and do anything with this card until we get to it in the video. Okay, so I'll put those 2 aside and I will get this one out. I'm dealing with the sun coming in my window and it's a bit glary. So in your card kit, you'll get everything pre-cut and scored. And it's all just about a manner of layering the pieces together. So so I'll just use my bone folder to do a nice crisp crease. And what's going to happen is that's going to layer onto the card base. And then the piece of paper, you can use either side, but I like the shapes. But if you want to do that way, go ahead. That's the beauty of double-sided paper. I put that one there. And then that's my ornament. This is my die cut. Now I have got adhesive sheet on the back of all of the die cuts. So I'll show you how to get the adhesive sheet off once we're started. And this is my tag. And I've got my tag punch, which will be this one, which is the delightful tag. Yes. So I'll show you that as we go ahead and make the card. So we'll start off with layering. So any kind of adhesive that you want to use, that you prefer to use, excuse me. I'm really into the Tombow glue at the moment, using that. But if you prefer to use the tape or snail or seal, whichever. Now, if you're a newbie to stamping and card making, You can buy adhesives from me or from Stamping Up. But you can also get them like in Spotlight if you're wanting to just sort of get stuff and try it out first. That's quite okay. And there are websites online that you can get things from as well. Craft Online is a really good website if you're wanting to get certain things. So it's just a matter of attaching your layers together and placing it down onto your card front. There we go. I always have a tissue on hand when I'm using glue because I always get little bits of glue spurting out on my edges. So this is my piece of old olive cardstock. And this is the Delightful Tag Punch. It's in the catalogue. It's $40. And it's got multiple sizes. So it's got 1 inch, 1.5 inches and 2 inches. So you can get a variety of sizes of tags. This is going to be a 2-inch tag. So you just slide it in. You can double check that it's in. And punch it. And there you have a lovely tag. These are great if you like to make your own gift tags. Really good for that. So let me get my take your pick tool. So this is just white cardstock, and this is real red cardstock. So it's still got bits in there. So quite often when you peel off the backing of the adhesive sheet, the bits will pop out. So if you want to try that first, and if not everything pops out, then you can poke it out with a pokey tool. So it's going to make a liar out of me now. It's not going to pull all the bits out. So you will have to use your pokey tool. So I've got my blind right down because of the sun, but I will have to put a light on because I need to be able to see a bit better. Okay, so I think that's good. Where is it? Oh, that's sticking to my... I did glue on my sample cards, and I thought, oh, I won't make you do glue because that's just a bit tedious. So it's all sticky on the back now like a sticker, and you just have to place it onto your bauble, your white bauble base. Push it down, get rid of these bits. Now, you will have to supply in your stamping stash. I've got a bit stuck to my finger. Oh no, it's gone. Your own image, but I'm using the Wish You a Merry Christmas. So if you've got any Christmas stamp sets, just use any greeting that you like in it out of the stamp set. Now I've used Early Espresso for this greeting, but you could use red ink, green ink, black ink, whatever ink you've got. Now I will bring in my little foam pad, my little mat, and I'm going to put my tag on an angle, but stamp my greeting straight. So there we go. And that is the only stamping on this card, which is the way I have to do it with online classes, which is okay, because you can feature all the dies and things. And then I've used dimensionals, they're minis. These are some offcuts, I might as well use those up. And just put the little bauble up on dimensionals. we go. And you will have some ribbon in your kit for your little tag. So I'm just going to cut mine. That's why I didn't buy the ruffled ribbon, because I already had some real red ribbon. So I thought I'll just use the lovely ribbon I've got. So this is the sheer ribbon in the, I think it's in the annual catalogue. Hard to keep track of where everything is and how much we've got. So I did do a bit too much there, so I've got to just trim that down. But that's okay. And then I'm going to put that also up on dimensionals. Might as well just use up all these side bits, because you don't throw them out, because they work just as well. And get the backings off. And position it on your card the way you want it. And then in your packet you'll also have some wonderful gems. So I've put the gold ones on this card. I'm starting to run a bit low on them now, so I will have to order some more. But you will have 3 inside your little envelope for the card. They're really nice because they're red and clear with the bit of gold sparkle in them. I'll put that one there. So that's that. I'll carefully put that back up there. And then, did I cut? Oh yes, here we go. I got myself a insert. So you can use the glue for your stripping for your insert inside. And because that sort of was all the shapes all cut off, that's why I went with the reverse side. And I just put it down and had a little border. But you can use the adhesive of your choice. Okay, and then your insert goes in the back like so. And just press it down. And that's card number 1. If you've got other Christmas stamp sets, sentiments, and you want to put a sentiment inside, you can. I haven't done that because I can't do the stamping for you, and I'll leave that up to you as to whether you want to do that. How quick and easy was that card? So that's card number 1. So let's move on now. So this is card number 2. So with this card, I've used the scallop contour dies for the 2 layering panels, just to make it look a little bit different. And once again decorated with the DSP, and yeah, and a tag punch as well. So we'll go ahead and get started on this. Okay. So nice crisp score line. And we'll put our card base to one side at the moment. Now this is the craft the paper in that suite. It's got a totally different texture and feel to it, and we're just going to layer that straight down onto our evening evergreen scalloped base. And just center it. There we go. And I'll just poke that little piece out. I think I've got them all out of yours, but double check. So just because I've used the glue, I'll just push that down a little bit more firmly. Okay, and these tags are all punched out for you. So this one is using the fancy tag in the catalogue, in the annual catalogue. It's also $40, but it only comes as a 2-inch one. There's no variations in the size, but it's also another nice tag to have to make gift tags. I like my punches because you don't have to get your embossing machine out, and it's sort of just all done for you. So we shall do the stamping first. So this one I've used a dark green or evening evergreen in Stampin' Up colours, and I've used the same Wish You a Merry Christmas. So I've put that down towards the bottom, but you don't have to. Oops, I think I just moved that. Oh no, I didn't. I think I moved the whole piece. And also in this stamp set there are some little peppermints, but if you've got like little snowflakes or little stars or something like that, they would work as well. So I just put these little peppermints sort of around, and that was in the soft succulent ink, this colour. Okay, so that's that. And we got, so you've got ribbon in your kit. This is the evening evergreen ribbon, one of the in colours. This ribbon's in the annual catalogue. I know that. So put your ribbon into your tag. I think I've cut mine a little bit short. I hope I haven't done that for you guys. There we go. Let's give it a bit of a pull. And I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of that now. And put that onto my card. Oh, can't get it off. Get off. There we go. And put that down there. Now see, I've put my greeting down a bit too low and my ribbon's not going to go there, so I'll have to put my ribbon down here today because I'm a silly moo. But that's okay. I can be a silly moo. That's all right. I'm doing a video. There we go. And then I shall put my dimensionals there. That's done now. I'll go to this one. Get the backings off. Okay, and bring your card base in and attach that. That will do. And then I didn't cut my star out very well, so I'm just going to tidy it up a little bit. I double checked all yours were okay. shall do. And so the star has a die to cut it out, and the Christmas tree doesn't, so we'll have to fussy cut the Christmas tree. Sorry about that, guys. Hope you do a better job than I am with this fussy cutting. I'm not doing real great. Probably need a cup of coffee. There we go. It's all right. I'm just a bit fussy with my fussy cutting. So I put my star on with dimensionals. I'm probably putting too many dimensionals on, but that's just me. Okay, so I'm going to put that over here. Let me see. Over here. And then some dimensionals on my Christmas tree. Probably just 3 on the Christmas tree. And then I just sort of put that like that. And then I got my gems down again. I'll get rid of this one. And you've got gems in your envelopes. The red ones. Oops. Okay, I'm going to put one there. One over here. And I might put one over here because I haven't got any room down here, like on my sample card. Oh, I could put it there. Now put it over here. Okay. So that's, now I didn't cut myself a strip of paper for the inside. That was silly. Anyway, you'll have an insert. Just stick your strip of paper down and then stick your insert in. So I'll just show you with the paper. The paper has a whole lot of, see, this has got the stars and the oven mitts. They're the trees. See, I've cut all the stars out for the class. The trees, the oven mitts. I'm going to make a card with the oven mitts. Oh, look, here's a little bit of, I can do it. So I've really sort of hacked into the paper pack, but that's what it's used for. That's what you use a paper pack for. Okay, I might just use my tape for this one. And this is going to be too big, and I'll have to trim it down, but that's okay. And I just left a little strip, little border. There we go. And I'll use my glue for the insert. There we go. And just center it inside your card. And there's card number 2 done. So only stamping is the greeting and the little peppermints or stars or snowflakes, whatever you've got in your stamp sets that you've already got. And that's card number 2. Okay. Okay, so this is card number 3 in our class, and I've used the dies again and the paper and a tag punch, and inside it's a pop-up card, so it's a little bit fancy fold. So go along with me step by step. So I'll just put that there. I'll just make sure that's still, yep, that's still in the camera view. So you'll have all your pieces here. So you'll have all your bits and pieces in here. So we'll get them out. And you'll also have an insert that will have these markings on it. I'll just make sure you can see those. Yep, I'll have drawn those markings on, and you will have to cut them. And I'll explain why in a moment. So we'll start with decorating the front of the card. Crease our card. This is crumb cake we're working on. And I will get these 2 pieces. They're going to go together and then go on the card front. Now if they hang over a little bit, you just get your paper snips and you trim them down. Now I haven't got my card folded exactly right, so let me just fix that up. There we go. So we're going to start with this, and I'm going to use my Tombow glue. Oops. I've worked out that if I stay on my paper, I stay in view of the camera. So sometimes I sort of bring things down a bit low to me. So you just attach this with a little border on either side, on either top and bottom, just with a little border. There we go. Just gonna get that down. Yeah, that's okay. Now that's not quite even, but I think I'll fix it when I put it on my card, in case. I know the green looks quite even, so I'll fix that now. Now that never ceases to amaze me that I cut things the same width as the cardstock, but they always turn out a little bit different. So I can't quite work out why that happens, but anyway. Okay, so if you've got grid paper, you can just sort of center it on your grid paper. So I'm going to put my glue on the back again. There we go. You can use the lines on the grid paper to help you. And like, it doesn't matter if it's not perfectly centered, but it's, you know, it's close enough. But it does help you to keep it straight. If you're like me, you can be cockeyed sometimes and get things all out of whack. Okay, so you will have these little die cuts, and this is using this die. You should have 2 of them in your pack. And I'm probably using some scraps. Oh no, I think I might have. A couple didn't work so well for me, so I chucked them over into my pile. See, I'll probably use them on another card, those ones. I'll put them over here. I do have some that worked. Yay. Now they will probably be a fraction longer than the width of your card, but that's okay, because I figured it was easier to do it that way. And these have the adhesive sheet on the back as well. So just get a pokey tool and pull that off, and hopefully it pulls out all your little bits. And you can put it either way on your card. Oh, there's a bit that didn't come out, so I'll just flick that out. Get out. There's another bit. So just be aware of that, because with this adhesive sheet, sometimes they'll stick somewhere you don't want them to stick. The little, what do you want to call them? I call them chads. I don't know why I call them that. Come on, get out. Okay, Now this card I've done that way, so it's up to you which way you do it. It doesn't really matter, whichever way you prefer, which way round it is. And once again, I use my grid paper, or you could use a ruler, and just sort of made sure I was going along the right way. And you might just have to trim a little bit off either end. I'll put this one on before I do any trimming. I find with the adhesive sheets, the little chads that come out get stuck to my fingers, and they're gosh darn annoying. So once again, with your pokey tool, lift up the adhesive sheet. Maybe I'll start at this end. Sometimes it's a bit tricky. There we go. You definitely need like a little pokey tool of some sort. And there we go. I think all the little chads are out. And I'm going to put this one this way up like I did on my other card. Nope, that's not going to be... You've got to have it to the end. Denise, don't be silly. There we go. Now I'll put that a bit closer. I'll move it down a bit. I'm a bit fussy sometimes. There we go. So I'll just open my card and just snip those bits off. There we go. Get them off my scissors. Get them off my fingers. Okay. So in your pile of things, I'll get rid of those too. You'll have various shapes. Now I put the star on the front, and then this is the icing on the white is the icing. And then you'll have a snowflake, and you'll have a bell, and you'll have an ornament. So before we go any further, I'm going to get my pokey tool and peel the backing off. And it's up to you what you decide to put on the front. You just got to be careful, because when I did, I'll just attach this first. Hang on a tick. How good's my icing? Such perfect icing. Some of them are a bit wide, so I found if you wanted to put that there, it was going to perhaps stick out. You could put the snowflake on the front and the star in the middle of the inside of the card, but I did find that the bell and the ornament went best on the outside of the pop-up. So I'll leave that up to you which way you want to go. So I'll put those there, and let's see, I've got white, and I use this punch, the Delightful Tag punch, and I used the 1.5 inch size. So I'll pop that in. There we go. And I'll get my bone folder just because my edge is a bit funny. So now this one I used red ink. Real Red is the Stampin' Up colour ink. Let me get rid of all these bits before they stick to me and I'll get annoyed. There we go. And I used the icing on my gingerbread. It's a bit kitschy, that greeting, but it does go with the stamp set, I must admit. So I'll just get my real red, but as I said, you could use any coloured ink. Green, red, black, depending on what you've got. So I am going to stamp this straight on the tag. There we go. So if you don't have a piercing mat and you've got photopolymer stamps, you can use a mouse pad. Oh gosh, now the guy next door is going to use a drill or something. And Rosie's going to bark. You get everything in my videos, don't you? Mark voice bombing them. Drills next door, dogs barking. What else? Yeah, if you don't have a paper piercing mat and you're using photopolymer stamps, quite often they work without anything, but they just don't have the cushioning that the rubber stamps have. So use a mouse pad, that will work too, if you're not getting a good image. Okay, so we'll bring this back down. I'll move my little stamp over, and you'll have the real red ribbon in your bundle, in your envelope. So, and I just poked through, get in there. Now more fingers and thumbs. There we go. I can never do it when I'm being watched very well. So I'm just going to trim mine down a fraction because they're a bit long. Okay, and then that's going to go on dimensionals. So we're just focusing on decorating the front of the card at the moment. We'll get to the back, the inside I mean. Sorry about the noise outside. I don't know what he's doing next door now. The young couple have been renovating the old house that they bought. I think they've been in 2 years now. And they've done an amazing job on it. There we go. And more dimensionals for my star. And yeah, I might as well put one on that. And I'm going to just put a little bit of tape on this bit because he's going to sort of attach to the tag. So they've got all the asbestos out of it. They've put new cladding on the front, or on the outside I should say. Just trying to work out, I think I've put my tag a bit low or something. It doesn't matter if it covers up a bit of the greeting. There we go. Oh, look at that. I've got 3 red ones left. They will have to go on my next order because these are great for Christmas. I put one in here, the center of the star. Aren't I good at icing? I'm so good at icing. And they put, it had like a closed-in veranda out the front. Well, they've filled all that in, so made their lounge room bigger. They've knocked out the kitchen. They've put in a nice new kitchen. It's still only like a 2-bedroom house now, but they've got this big sunroom at the back that they will either extend it properly and make that part of the house. I think that's their plan down the track. So that's the front done of your card. How cool is that? They just look like, and I use the craft paper for the die cuts because they look a bit more gingerbready, if that's a word. I don't know if that's a word. Okay, so I'll put my card over here and we'll open it up. If it'll open up. Go away. Go away. Now come on, lie flat for me. Thank you. So this is your insert for this card. Hang on, I'm stuck up. So this is your insert for this card, and your card will have the paper, the pencil lines on it. So they're going to be cut and made to these flaps. But before you cut it, you need to open it up and attach your DSP, your designer series paper. Once again, if you prefer that side, use that side. I've gone with the dots. So I get my glue. And I'm just going to center it. And I might as well attach this little piece as well on the bottom. Oh, that's not long enough. Well, that's my card. I'll make sure yours are long enough. Silly me. I didn't make it long enough for my card, but it still looks okay. Because it ties in. What did I do with this one? Oh yeah, I made it long enough. This one I've obviously, well actually, if yours are this size, it doesn't really matter because it ties in with the edge there, whereas this one kind of doesn't really match. So, because I've used glue, I'm just going to make sure that's adhered properly. I'll get rid of put my cap back on my glue. So I'll just make sure that's all done properly. Well, while we're waiting, because I'm using glue, we might do this. We might attach our ornaments to our gingerbread. And once again, with your pokey tool, if you can, there we go, separate the back from it. And it tends to pull off all the little chatty bits as you peel the backing off. So it kind of works for you in that regard. And I'm going to put my icing on the snowflake cookie. And I'm going to get my bauble and pull that off. Oh, look at that. That worked quite well. So the adhesive sheets are in the annual catalogue. If you use dies a lot and do a lot of die cutting, for intricate dies, see I've got one stuck under here, so let me just get that out. Yeah. For intricate dies, makes life a lot easier when you're attaching things down. And this is the bell. So if you want to put your ornaments or your cookies, I see now this didn't get all those out, but my finger did. If you want to put your cookies in different places, just have a little play with them first before you actually stick them on, because you don't want to have them not folding in with the card. Yeah, so let me get rid of all this business. Okay, so we've got our cookies ready to go. So just pick up your insert and with your paper snips, just cut to this line. Don't cut across, just cut down, because that's going to be a fold line. So it's a little bit thick because you've got the paper in there as well, but it will work. And this one is going to pop out further in front, so that's why it goes a little bit longer. So they're 1 inch in, and this is 1.5 inches, if I remember rightly. Just to the line. So then when you open your card up, you just sort of fold them inwards. Takes a little bit of convincing for them to fold in, but they will fold in because they'll do as they're told. So, and then just finger pinch the fold to do the convincing. And then once you've done that, you can put it down, and with your bone folder you can just go along and get a better fold happening. I'll just make sure this one's a little bit crooked, so I'm just gonna, a little bit fiddly, but it's worth it. Okay, so that's how you get your pop-ups to happen. I'll move those out of the way. I'll make sure you can still see what I'm doing. Oh yeah. So you get your pop-ups like happening like that. So the next thing to do is to place your cookies. Now, as I said, I found if I put my snowflake on the end, it stuck out a little bit. You might find it's okay, but you don't want glue on the top half of your cookie. So I'm just trying to see if it'll work for me. If I do that, so it just sticks out a fraction. So I might do it this way this time. So I didn't use glue for this. I decided that could get a bit messy, so I've just used some tape. So I'm just putting it down on the bottom half of the cookie, and I'm just positioning it just above the crease line, because you don't want tape or glue up here, because it will, when you fold the card flat, it will glue to the top part of the card. So on the center of the bell, just a little bit halfway up the bell, and attach it. And that's sort of a good way of attaching it, and you can just sort of straighten it up. And the center of the ornament. Now he's gonna cause me grief. No, he's not. There we go. So that's how your pop-ups work. And I also put wish you a Merry Christmas, so you can stamp something inside if you like. And because you've got sort of limited room to write on this card, it's I might put it on the left hand side this time. I just sort of put it over here, like down in the corner, so it gives you a bit more room to write. So once we've done that, we then put that there. Let me just make a bit more space for myself. I did do this in glue, but tape's okay. I just like the glue because it gives you a little bit of time to wiggle it into place. So just do the top half first. And then position it in your card. Make sure it's sort of like in the right spot, and press your card down. Oh, see, mine's not centered, so therefore, because I've used glue, I can just wiggle it over a little bit. Come on. No, you're not cooperating, are you? So just stop your nonsense. There we go. That's better. I'll just clean up this glue here. Oh, that gave me a little bit of trouble. And then once you've done that, just put glue on this side. And flatten that down that way. And that should be your finished card. I might just go over this a bit better. There you go. So that's your fancy fold card, your pop-up card. If I had any more red gems, I would have put one there. I never thought of that. But I've run out now and I can't put any more in your packs. Sorry about that, girls. There we go. So that's your fancy fold card. Hope you liked them. I thought they were really cute. Okay, so let me just grab all our cards that we've made. There we go. So they're the cards we've made today. This one's sort of popping up because it's got layers inside to pop up. We've used, let me find the ribbon that we used. I'm pretty sure it's in this catalogue. Ribbons. Maybe it's not. No, the satin ribbon's in this catalogue. So the real red sheer ribbon is in here, but not part of this bundle because that's ruffled ribbon. It's really nice. Let me find it. That's cherry cobbler. It's in here somewhere. Here it is. So it's real red 1 centimetre sheer ribbon. That's the ribbon I've used in this class kit. And I've used the Evening Evergreen sheer ribbon from the annual catalogue because that's a new in colour. And I've used the Wonderful Gems from the mini catalogue last year. I think they're in the annual catalogue. The Scalloped Contour Dies and the Gingerbread Sweet. So I hope you like those cards and you enjoy making them. So thank you once again for registering for my card, for placing and ordering and then getting the card class. If there's anything you need or any help you need with anything, just let me know and I'll try and help you out. If not, I'll find out how I can. Thanks for ordering. Bye-bye.